and welcome to Midday Book Review, starring me, Douglas J. Finkelberg. No, the J does not stand for Jehovah's Witness. This is my host, Chris Treves. How are you today, Chris?
Splendid, splendid.
All right. Well, today we're going to be reviewing a few books here, This book I read a few years ago, actually. I don't know why it's taken so long to review it, but I don't know. I guess it just didn't stick with me that well. It's called Whatever Became of the Drug Scene. It was written by a nice man named Al Palmquist. You met Al Palmquist one time, didn't you? How was he?
He's good. Smelled the fish a bit.
Oh, that's kind of silly, but whatever. Okay, well, you see, this book, it just goes over, Al Palmquist is a nice Christian man like I am and Chris is.
Right.
And it's his opinions on drugs. Drugs aren't exactly good. They're kind of destroying kids these days, and I don't know. I wish they would go away. But whatever. All right, that takes care of that book. Here is Howard Stern's Miss America. What do you think of Howard Stern, Chris?
I think he's disgusting. He's morally bankrupting this country.
I know, he has been for years. This book came out in '96, I believe, and this was, he's on Sirius now. He gets away with all kinds of stuff. But even back in these days, he was doing just bad stuff, and I read this entire book, and it's just nothing but filth. It's just, look at this. It's really not good. What did you think of this book, Chris?
Just like Howard Stern, the book's disgusting. Has lots of nice pictures though. I wish they were in color.
Oh, they actually are in color. What, did you not even look for them?
Well, apparently not. Apparently didn't get that. Must not have got the deluxe edition like you.
Oh, yeah. It's a nice picture of Robin Quivers in there. I like her, kind of. Okay, this book is called Those Curious New Cults. And what'd you think of this book, Christopher?
Well, I put it down about halfway through, just to really gather my thoughts about, what it really meant to me, and I couldn't come up with a lot of solid conclusions there. What did you think about it?
I don't know. I thought it's interesting. There's a lot of good information on here, but it's just that I feel like if kids read this book, they might want to join one of these cults and just, I don't know. My religion is Christianity. Christianity is the way to be. It's all these other things just don't really make much sense. Okay, this is by Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know why we have that. Okay, now to the main book of the hour is Peter's Brothers. Peter's Brothers hit rock's bottom. This book is filled with information about, bands like Motorhead and Eddie Murphy, and, even Jay Giles is in here, Iron Maiden, the Go-Go's are in here. Even John Belushi's Blues Brothers are in here. What
Wow.
did you think of this book, Chris?
It's got a wealth of information about the bands that we love, which is great, Love that. What did you think about it?
I don't know, I thought it was informative. These guys definitely have their shit together. They got their information going, and well, it's just that you said that these are the bands we love. I don't love these bands. I think they're bad for the kids of today, and that's what the Peters Brothers are trying to expose. But they do have some good thing. Like they talk about Jimi Hendrix in here, and I don't know. They say that he loved having sex with 3 or 4 women in one night. That's just, and I remember when I was a young kid, I heard a few of his songs, and you could definitely get that sexual energy coming out of his music. And that just, even as a young kid, I just didn't really think that was appropriate, And those songs got played on the radio. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, I hear ya. It's tough. The songs are filled with temptation and lust.
Yeah, like the Temptations.
Yeah.
And, but they do actually have, in this book, they have some little things like, what about Christian rock? It's good that the kids could read this and they could be exposed to some good, clean Christian music,
Very true, very true.
Exactly. And let's see, it talks in here about, let me find that. Oh yeah, Bob Dylan released an album called Slow Train Comin', in which he talks about Christianity, and he even says, I can see God in a daisy. I can see God at night and wind and the rain. It shows that he is a true believer just like we are. So I think it's okay if the kids listen to Bob Dylan. What do you think?
Absolutely. Bob Dylan, man of the generation, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think that I think that concludes our show for today. That was Midday Book Review. I am your host, Douglas J. Finkelberg, and this is Christopher Trez.
Yeah.
Well, see you next week. Bye-bye.